George is the coolest dog ever. Look, look. He's wearing daddy socks. Look, this one is, hold on, you can pull him up a little bit. And he's not freaking out. That's cool. Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. Come here. Come here, George. Good boy. You're such a good boy. Oh my God, I fucking love this dog, guys. I really do. And we got Iron Man. Look at him. And he's not freaking out. George, come here. Give Daddy a hug. Come here. Come here. Come here. Give Daddy a hug. Come here. Can Daddy have a hug? Hold on. Daddy's going to give a hug. Watch. Watch. Come here. Oh. Come here. Look. Daddy's getting a hug. Daddy's getting a hug. My dog is so fucking awesome. I fucking love this dog. Look. He's not really freaking out too much. He's like, well, what the hell's going on here? Pink Floyd. Like Iron Man is listening to Pink Floyd as he's trying to save the world. Oh, man. Thank you, Dad, a.k.a. God, for moments like this. Because, you know what? You can have all the money in the world. You can have accolades. You can have clout and all that shit. But when you have a dog that can take his own socks off without asking for help, come on, George, get the other one. I want to see if you can take the other one off. He's already got one. I didn't help him with that. He's got the Iron Man sock on. He's my good boy. Want Daddy help you? Huh? You want Daddy help you? Come here. Come here. We'll get this other sock off you, okay? Come here. Give me your foot. Oh, see what a good boy he is? I mean, I'm telling you, I am so richly blessed. This dog, yes, I may have saved his life. I got him, shit. I don't know when I got him. He was like 3.5 months old. And they said that, the write-up said that he was 7 to 8 months old, and that was vastly mistaken because, look at this, okay? This right here, see that right there? That is George's last baby tooth. Hold on, see if I can pull it up here. Yeah. That's George's last baby tooth. See? And he lost that about 3 weeks after I had him. So right now he's 65 pounds, and I believe, because we don't have an exact date on what his birthday is, so I'm calling it Christmas. I thought he was a Thanksgiving baby, but it just with his weight and everything else. And his last tooth, even the doctor said it doesn't line up. He more than likely was born around about Christmas. So, he's not even 2 years old yet. And look at these meat hooks. Look at that. Look at. Wait, come here. Let's show him, Dad. Let's show him, puppy. Look at that. Look. See? His paw covers almost, he's trying to play with Daddy. My whole palm. And mind you, I'm 5'11", 175 pounds. Hey, George, don't molest your daddy. Funny little fucker. Yeah, his balls ain't cut. When he gets 2, then I will have him get a vasectomy. Because before that, I am going to collect a sample of his DNA. So that when I do have to say goodbye to him, I'm going to clone him, and then the world is going to be able to be blessed by this scourge of this motherless cur. So, anyway, happy 4th of July, people. Honestly, I could really give a fuck less. I mean, it's cool, yeah, it's the 250th anniversary of the country, but, you know, it's not the biggest deal in the world for me. But you know what? I'm very grateful and very blessed to have the things I have. You know, my rent is paid. I own my car. I own my camper. My dog owns me. Miss Kitty owns the both of us. She doesn't live with us, we live with her. And you know, let's take a step outside and just like, look at where I'm staying right now, you know. You know, Maine will always be my roots. Florida is what I consider home. But I'll tell you what, take a look around. West Virginia is absolutely gorgeous. There's really, really good people here. Like my neighbors right here, really cool people. Their kids are awesome. Get this, people. These kids here next door, they play outside. Yeah. They're forming relationships with other kids in this community. It's fucking incredible. Their parents are fucking rock stars in my book. They really are. Because they're raising their kids the way us Gen Xers were raised, you know? You know, yeah, a couple of them have phones with them here and there, but they're not on them all the time when they're out here hanging out. And that's not just a blessing for them, but that's a blessing for, like, I consider that a blessing for me too. Because I have literally shed tears over the fact that today's youth, the majority of them haven't been being brought up the way that we were brought up. And if you're Gen X, you know what I'm talking about. You know, I have friends that I have known for 30 plus years that I may not have talked to for 10 years or better. But as soon as I pick up that phone or we meet in person, it's like not a day has gone by. You know? And you can only make those connections and form those true relationships without this fucking piece of shit dealy fucking thing that I'm holding in my hand. Yes, it is an absolutely amazing tool. It is one of the most powerful communication devices ever devised. And I appreciate it for what it is. But I also kind of detest it for what it is as well. Because in today's society, a lot of these people around here, not just around here, but a lot of people in general, they're losing the ability to form and keep lasting, fruitful relationships. You know, true friendships, you know, that last. I have people out there that I would take a fucking bullet for that I haven't talked to in 10 years. But I know, push come to shove, they would put themselves in harm's way for me as well, because we formed that kind of relationship, that kind of bond, without this fucking little piece of plastic and bullshit that makes it up. We had to sit and talk and compare notes and actually form a psychological, emotional bond that doesn't entail texting or emojis or any of that other stuff. You know? And now, I'm not saying that, you know, smartphones and things like that are complete bullshit, because they're not, but they're a tool. And just like any other tool, used correctly, they're very beneficial. But used for malice and shady shit, they're the downfall of humanity. And I'm very, very blessed to be able to discern between those two. Like my neighbors right here, they're really great people. You know, I don't know them that well because I mind my own business. I do my own thing. You know, if I can help somebody, I will. And I don't put it all over the fucking internet, Because if you want to know what true humility is, go out and help somebody that truly needs help. That for some reason that's between them and God, they aren't able to get that thing that they might need. Okay? And when you help somebody out of the goodness of your heart, true humility is helping somebody that truly needs help and not telling anybody about it. Not spouting it all over the internet or to your friends and stuff like that. Because that's not how that works. You know, if you're going to help somebody, help somebody. But don't tell the fucking world about it, because once you do that, what are you doing? You're glorifying yourself. And therefore, in glorifying yourself, you have taken all the glory out of helping your fellow human being. Because then it comes down to, why did you help this human being? Was it to get accolades for yourself? Was it to help yourself? Was it to improve your own psyche? Was it to compensate for something that you might have been lacking? Or was it simply because somebody needed help and Dad, I call God Dad, put it on your heart that, hey, if I don't help this person, maybe nobody else will. Because do you know how many people, and I've been guilty of this myself, where I've seen somebody that I knew needed help. And I got in the mindset of, oh, maybe somebody else will help them. They'll be all right. But maybe it was me that God sent to that person to help them, and because of my pride or my selfishness, I didn't help them, thinking that I could rely on somebody else to fill in the gap. And that's not what that's about, you know. On this 4th of July, you know, the 250th anniversary of our country, a lot of people stood in that gap. A lot of people gave their lives in that gap so that we could have the freedoms we have right now. Yes, our freedoms are fucked up. Yes, the government is, well, I don't care what side of the aisle that you identify with, you know. The government is not for the people, by the people, of the people like it used to be. It is to enslave the people, profit from the people, and control the people these days. But that's a whole different post. You know, right now what I'm saying is, when you see a friend, neighbor, or whatever, like all my videos, I am the same way. Not for accolades, not for clout or anything, but because it's something I truly feel, and I'm truly, you know, on a mission for, is there has been so many days in my life. I'm 52 years old, people, okay? My memory started when I was 1.5 years old. That didn't even make sense. I was 18 months old. I was potty trained at 18 months old, you know? Couldn't wipe my own ass till I was 5, but I was still potty trained, okay? No, I needed a drink. But what I'm saying, guys, is, you know, true humility is knowing that we are all God's children, you know? And whether you believe in God, Allah, fucking Paula Abdul, fucking the Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy, or fucking, I don't know, Paul Bunyan the Incredible, whatever the fuck you believe in. You know? What really matters is we are all human beings, and as I've instructed people before in some of my other videos, is every human being on this earth has the same goal. And it's a true pronged goal. Okay? Whether you speak the language or not, you can ask any human being, male, female, child, whatever, in any country, anywhere, at any time on this planet. And if you ask 1,000 people, I promise you, you will get 999,000 responses that will go like this or similar to this of, we want to be happy and we want to be loved. That's it. That is the two goals that every single human being on this planet is after. I mean, you can try to boil it down. You can try to split hairs. You can try to say, well, it's about clout. It's about giving something to the world. It's about leaving a legacy. It's about this. It's about that. No, it may be, but the root of all of that is happiness and love. That's it. It's that fucking simple. And if we learn to love each other and treat each other with love and kindness and respect, the happiness automatically comes with it. It's so fucking simple that it's almost maddening. And world governments, leaders, democracies, socialists, narcissists, Satanists, friggin' anything-ists, they can try to hide behind it and hide it behind, other values and statutes and whatever bullshit they can come up with, because some of these organizations and quote-unquote religions, here's a little newsflash for you. Religion has caused the death of more people on this planet than any other thing in history. Let me explain that to you again. And you can look this shit up. Religion, secular religion, has killed and done some of the most heinous, fucked up shit to individuals. Like, if like back in the 1400s, if they thought you blasphemed against the church, they'd burn you at the fucking stake. Like, if you put a postage stamp on an envelope upside down, if they had that shit back then, I mean, this is as ludicrous as it is, and they found out that you put that postage stamp on upside down, they would burn you at the fucking stake as being a fucking heretic. Yeah, for real. Okay, as I was saying, we are all sons and daughters of what I choose to call God. All right, and when you're close enough to Him, you can get to the point where, like, I call God Dad, because they say He is our Father and everything else. And as a father, He wants to hear our troubles. He wants to hear the things we're going through. He doesn't want us to get on our knees groveling and begging for whatever the fuck we might need. No. That was put on people by the Pharisees, saying, oh, you need to get on your knees. You need to be beneath us and everything. And if you've noticed, when you go into a Catholic church or a lot of other church, the pulpit is above the rest of the congregation. Why do you think that is? It's because these people, the flesh in me wants to say motherfuckers, but these people, and I'm not shitting on them, I mean, they teach and everything else, but from early on, even back before Christ was born, the Pharisees, the Zealots, and all that stuff, they stood on an altar above the congregation because they felt that they were closer to God and that you couldn't get to God unless you made sacrifices, did what they told you to do and everything else. When you get to the level that I am, and this isn't to toot my own horn, this isn't for my own accolades, but when you get to a certain level where you can actually call God Dad, because God is our Father, okay? Think about your dad if you have a dad. Like, I didn't have a dad growing up. My uncles were my dad. My mother was my dad. And then when I got adopted when I was 11 years old, my dad was making me suck his dick until I was 17 years old. So, yeah, not quite my dad. But the point of that is, and please don't fucking pity me, all right? I forgave my dad. I'm cool with it. My dad gave me a decent life, but he was a very, very deranged, very fucking lost individual. And he died a very slow, agonizing death of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Ha 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 ha! Motherfucker, karma's a bitch, ain't it? But, I forgive, but I'm not forgetting, And I'm allowed to be like that. Okay? I love my dad. As fucked up as that sounds, my dad gave me a good life. I didn't want for anything, I had the best food. I had I had dirt bikes. I had friggin' all kinds of stuff. And it's not just about material things. It's like, I had a lot of experiences. I've been all over the world. I've been all over the country. I've had a lot of really cool experiences. Although I paid for those experiences with whatever innocence I had left. And honestly, you know what one of my greatest gifts is right now to this day is the reclamation, I guess, of my innocence. Because I had always thought that my innocence had been lost and that I paid a lot of prices with the innocence that I may have still maintained. But even at 52 years old, I have that innocence back. I act like a kid. I feel like a kid. I mean, don't get it twisted. I mean, look around you. Look, see, here's my dog. Hold on, I'm gonna flip my camera. Okay, here's my dog. My cat's hanging out somewhere. Yes, I live in a fucking trailer, but you know what? The motherfucker is paid for. It's warm. It's cool in the summertime. It sustains me and my dog and my cat. My rent is paid for the next 3 months. That car, I own it. That camper, I own it. That dog owns me. I don't have luxury. I don't have, hey, look at me. Look at the shit that I have. I don't give a fuck if anybody sees anything I have. I don't give two shits about that. Because you know what I care about? My dad, a.k.a. God, knows that I love with my whole fucking heart. And that I am very content and very happy for the things I have. Because I've slept in the dirt. I've slept in the snow. I've slept next to human fucking shit in Orlando, Florida. I've slept under fucking bridges. I slept in a fucking concrete fucking drainage culvert for 1.5 years in Maine. For an entire fucking winter. I live in West Virginia right now. Winter's here, that ain't shit compared to me. When you got 2 feet of fucking snow blowing in with you, and all you got is 2 fucking blankets, yeah. And that's not saying that I'm better than anybody or I've been, hey, look at me. That's just to let you know that, you know what? Through all of that, my dad carried me through that. And when I couldn't feel his presence and when I wanted to announce him, that's when he was closest to me. And you know why I couldn't feel his presence? Because he had me in his arms and he was carrying me. But, anyway, I have to get back around to what I was originally talking about. Is, be your own person. Don't do things for accolades. Don't do things because that's what everybody else is doing. You know? Use your own judgment. Use your own brain. God gave you a brain. What I choose to call God, you don't even have to call it God, people. Come on, sippy, sippy. You don't even have to call it God, you know? And I've said this in pretty much every one of my videos is, as long as you believe in something other than yourself, because let me give it to you straight here on the 250th anniversary of our country, you know, and the reason why we have this country is because some really badass motherfuckers, Davy Crockett included, who is, you know, one of my childhood heroes, him, Daniel Boone, and others, but Davy Crockett, you know, King of the Wild Frontier. Not too far from here is a town called Abingdon, Virginia. It was originally called Wolf Hills. It was incorporated by Davy Crockett. There's a tavern there called The Tavern from the from the 1700s, around about the revolutionary times, okay? I ain't a fucking history teacher, right? If you want a fucking history lesson, go to goddamn history college or some shit. But, the tavern is a place that has changed very, very little on Main Street in Abingdon. And Davy Crockett used to go have beers there and whatever else they used to serve, and you can still go eat there. But, you know, people like him and everything fought for this country and to make it what it is right now. And here on the 4th of July and the 250th anniversary of our country, we are very, very fortunate to be able to, you know, our ultimate freedom is the freedom of choice. The freedom to say, you know, if we see something that the government is doing that we don't agree with, we're allowed to speak up about that. You know? Because one of the greatest travesties in humanity is seeing that there's a problem, speaking out on the problem, but doing nothing about it. You know? And some people think, oh, what can I do? What can I do? What you can do is just do the next right thing. Help the next person in line. Be a friend to somebody. You know, if you see somebody struggling, offer a helping hand. If you see somebody hungry, fucking feed them. You know? If you see an animal that's hurt or in need, you help that fucking animal. You know? And what kind of pisses me off these days is, especially on the 250th anniversary of America, is look at where we are as a nation. Look at how much bullshit is going on right now. Look at how much strife and division and just completely fucked up shit that's going on right now. The last thing that those people that are in power, and I don't care if you call them Democrats, Republicans, asshats, fucking fuck sticks, shit sticks, dumbasses, motherfuckers, shit fuckers, fucking dick lickers, fucking cock gobblers, whatever the fuck you want to call them. The main thing is we are, and this is coming from the Pledge of Allegiance. We are one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Not you. Oh no, not you. No, oh no, definitely not you. But you. No, that's not how that fucking shit works, man. If you are here legally, or you are here, you know, on asylum because the country that you came from is so fucked up that they would literally eat your fucking kids. And I'm not bullshitting. There's countries out there where they will kidnap your fucking kids and eat them. You know? But when people come here illegally and then we have to pay for a handout and stuff, I have a bit of a problem with that. And my wife, who I've been married to for 12 years, separated from for 10, is an immigrant. So I know what it takes to get somebody here. And it's, for people of means, it seems like it's not that bad, but if you have nothing, then yes, it's a bitch. And I fully agree that I think something that America should really look into, and that President Trump should look into, is making it a little bit easier for people from other countries that are either, just underneath the asylum protocol, or want to come here and are willing to come here and assimilate into our culture. Because if you come to America and you're living the American dream and making American money, and you're flying a fucking flag from whatever, I get that. It's probably like, if I'm Irish, I'm Scottish, and I'm Native American, I would probably fly a Scottish, I would fly my Scottish tartan. I would fly my Irish family quest, because I am a member of the Ireland clan. My great-grandmother's last name is Ireland. I'm just a little bit Irish, And then on my Scottish side, I am an Eau Claire, So, and then I'm Penobscot Indian, and I have a lot of pride in that. But first and foremost, I'm an American citizen. Okay? I might not agree with everything the government does, but what I do agree with is this is the land of the free and the home of the brave. And brave like my neighbor right here, this man, my buddy, my neighbor Ryan, because once you're a Marine, you're always a Marine. This man served our country, went to Paris Island, went through the crucible, put himself in harm's way, whether he went active duty in combat or not, doesn't matter. This man was willing to put himself in harm's way. And that's a hero. And not all of us are able to put ourselves out there that way for our country. But there's other things that we can do, We can see our neighbors, we can see our fellow human beings, and just lend a little bit of a helping hand. If you see somebody struggling, don't sit there and watch them struggle. Fucking lend a helping hand, If you see somebody that's a veteran wearing a veteran's hat or something, extend your hand and thank them for their service, because you sure as fuck didn't do that service, We have the things we have because it's on the blood and sweat and lives of other people that went out and answered that call. The one thing that I can see that's, I would say, wrong, not just with America, but society in general, is it seems like a lot of people have forgotten how to love. And forgotten how to just, be our brother or sister's keeper. Whether you're religious or not. It says in the Bible that Jesus said, love each other as I have loved you. And love your brothers and sisters as you have loved me. There wasn't any buts. There wasn't any, oh, you have to do it this way or that way. It was just, simply just love each other. And here I stand in West Virginia with my dog. There's George, and look, really cool people and everything. Like, to live in the neighborhood, and look, I ain't got my shoes on, but I'm gonna kind of give you a little spin, because I don't want to, I'm not gonna, invade anybody's privacy or anything like that. But, look around me. It's absolutely beautiful here. Really good people, like honest people, like real fucking people. Like, if you really need something, I don't know half of these people here, but I guarantee you, if I really needed something, all I'd have to do was ask and I would have it by any one of these people here. I don't lock my car. I don't lock my camper. I don't lock my fucking door except at night when I'm sleeping, because it's an autism thing. I've had some shit happen. I lived in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. 2 years ago, and 3 people, okay, that's all I'm going to say about it. There's 3 people with hoods on showed up with 7.62s, AK-47s, 223, 7.62, 45s, and a fucking shotgun, and put 35 fucking rounds through the house with me sitting in it. Shot my fucking brother in the head. He lived. But unfortunately for them, they picked the wrong fucking house and picked the house of, like, my older brother was a 39-year nomad for the Hells Angels. And so that being said, yeah, the people that showed up that day, yeah, they fucked up really bad. But, that doesn't really, what matters is, I'm blessed enough to live in a place where I don't have to worry about shit like that. Like these people around me, they're a godsend. There's good people here. Their children are good kids. They come out, they hang out outside. They're not on their phones. They're forming relationships and forming bonds that I thought was a thing of the past. And it's fucking awesome. It really is. And I know this is going really long, and if you've made it this far, well, awesome. Because I wasn't even going to post today. And I've been taking a break because I live my life in the real world, guys. I might sit in my house and just chill out with my dog and my cat, but you know what? I've been blessed enough to be able to do that. My rent's paid. My bills are paid. I have a house full of food. I used to eat out of fucking garbage cans. Okay? I've eaten at so many fucking soup kitchens, it'd blow your fucking mind. I volunteered at soup kitchens, and that's not to toot my own horn or go for accolades, but that's to let you know that, gratitude is everything in this day and age. I'm not living at the fucking Taj Mahal. I'm not living in the lap of luxury, nor do I want to. I don't give a fuck about luxury. I mean, what the fuck is that? To me, that's just, hey, look at me. Hey, look at me. I'm not secure about myself. So I need to go out and buy some expensive shit so people can see how stupid I am to spend money on dumb shit. That's the way I see it. I mean, sorry, not fucking sorry. Like, my ex-boss, this stupid motherfucker went out and bought 2 1,100 horsepower fucking ugly-ass electric Hummers. And took 3 weeks to fucking pay me, and the motherfucker still owes me $400. I told him, take that $400, shove it up his ass, and find another fucking driver, because no motherfucker is going to treat me any kind of way. I'm 52 years old. I've gone through shit that most fucking people in this world wouldn't even fucking survive 2 weeks. Trust me, I almost didn't survive. I tried killing myself 3 fucking times. Not real good at it. Hi, George. God had other plans. He intended for me to be George's daddy. So, And honestly, people, really, when you take a hammerless 44 Magnum fucking revolver with a brand new fucking set of bullets, 5 shots, and you bat to your fucking temple, and you dimple those fucking primer caps and they don't go off, that's a fucking miracle, people. Okay? I wanted to die that way. I wasn't just looking for attention. My whole fucking goal on this day, September 27th, fucking 2001, was to blow my fucking brains out. That's why I used a revolver. Revolvers don't jam. Revolvers don't misfire. 2 brand new Hornady Special Defense 44 fucking Magnum rounds. Dimpled fucking primer caps. I'm still here. And as I say in a lot of my videos, whatever you're going through, and I know I'm kind of all over the place right now, but you know what? I'm not going by any kind of design right here. I'm just talking to you, my brothers and sisters, as your brother. You know? We always get tested. Every one of us goes through things. But here's the thing, people, is I don't care what you believe in. Whether it's Jesus, Allah, the Easter Bunny, fucking Santa Claus, fucking Zaziel, Beelzebub, fucking Beavis and Butthead. I don't fucking know, But what really matters is we are all brothers and sisters. I choose to call it God. You call it whatever you want. Like, seriously. Think about this. And I've said this in a lot of my videos. Think about the worst thing that you have ever gone through in your life. Okay? Yes, you might have put your fucking nose to the grindstone. You might have slogged through some of the nastiest, stinkiest, fucking stickiest shit imaginable and come out smelling like a rose. But you know what? It wasn't all fucking you. If you think it was all you, you're kidding yourself. You're taking on accolades that don't belong to you. Okay? If you have seen my videos and you've heard my life story, you know I've been through some shit. And I've overcome some shit. I did not do that by myself. Yes, I'm strong. I'm muscle-wise, intellectual-wise, emotionally. But I am not so strong or so fucking naive or so goddamn narcissistic or egotistical to sit here and tell you that, that was all me. I got myself through that. I didn't need a motherfucker. You know what? Because that made me the stupidest motherfucker alive. Because I don't give a fuck how strong you are, how big and bad you fucking are, what you run and all that shit. You don't run shit. Not in situations like that. We are not that tough. We are not that strong. There is something other than us that is watching our backs, because left on our own devices, we're fucking idiots and we will fuck up a goddamn wet dream. Yeah, I said it. Sorry, not sorry. Truth fucking hurts, don't it? But knowing that strength isn't completely ours, and knowing, or at least accepting in some way, that there's something other than us that gives a fuck about you. When you think nobody gives a fuck about you, and when you can't even give a fuck about yourself, something, you don't have to name it. If you're not ready to name it, don't fucking name it. Don't exhaust that kind of energy trying to name it, because it doesn't need a name. Okay? What it needs is you to realize, hey, I got you. I promise you, there's something out there that has you. And I know that this video is going on 44 minutes long. Okay? But if you're with me up to this point, then you understand, and you at least have some sort of an idea that what I'm talking about might not be bullshit. It could be complete bullshit. It's not. But I'm not sharing anything with you that I haven't had to figure out the fucking hard way. I mean the fucking hard way. I've been through addiction. I've been through abandonment. I've been through chaos. I've been beaten. I've been shot. I've been stabbed. I've been hit by cars. I've been abandoned. I've been forgotten about. I've been left to die in a fucking ditch. And I'm still here. You know? And I'm doing pretty well. You know, I am very, very blessed. Honestly. I'm very, very, very blessed. You know? As I said before, I don't live in the fucking Taj Mahal, but you know what? What I have is mine. And I worked my ass off for it. And Dad, aka God, blessed me with it. And I'm proud of what I have. I'm proud of the fact that I can go out for 8 days, come back and take a month off, and I'm okay. I'm proud of the fact that, you know, because this last motherfucker I was working for wanted to treat me some kind of way and try to pay me on the fucking installment plan when I told him, motherfucker, I ain't a goddamn mortgage. You know? This ain't paint by fucking numbers. This ain't pay by numbers. This ain't pay as you fucking go. You know? If you can't put me in an air-conditioned truck, you know, because I almost fucking died when I was in Memphis, guys. I was pissing blood when I came home. I almost had to go to the fucking hospital again. After I told this stupid motherfucker that when I was 21, I spent 3 days in the hospital, almost fucking died with a core temperature of 101.5. And he told me, oh, I can't babysit you. You know what I told that motherfucker? Find another fucking driver. And then he tells me, well, you don't respect the fucking, you know, how good I've been to you. And I told this motherfucker, the last words I said to fucking Joshua Brent fucking Whitaker was, someday you'll know what respect really is. I love you as a human being, but I'm fucking done. You know? I will love you. I will uphold you. I will fucking take a bullet for you. But don't get it fucked up and think that I'm your fucking scapegoat or that I'm your fucking doormat or that I'm going to let you fucking stand on top of me or let you fucking profit from me or treat me any kind of fucking way. That's not shit's not going to fucking happen. I love me more than I fucking love you. And God loves me more than he's ever going to fucking love more than I'm ever going to love myself. Isn't that right, George? George agrees. Huh. George, that doesn't look like an agreement face, but it's okay. But anyway, I know I'm going really long and everything, but hey, it's the 4th of July. Fuck. You know? If you can't spend a little bit of time with your brother Timtim, listening to some real shit. I mean, you can go listen to all the bullshit and the commercialism and whatever the fuck that the masses want you to listen to today. Or you can take 47 minutes and 45 seconds to listen to somebody that's been through some shit that I hope you don't ever even have to fucking think about, let alone survive. You know? And don't you dare fucking pity me. Don't you dare fucking say, oh my God. No, I'm good. I really am. Okay? That's my neighbors. Huh? I love you, all of you, because God loves me and he taught me how to love. I love my neighbors. What? Half of the people around here, that like the people in this house right here, I know 1, 2, 3, I know like 4 of their names. People over here, I don't know a single one of their names. I know Earl. I know Mustard. I know 2 Ralphs. And that's it. I've been here for 2 fucking years. But you know what? There's not a single person in this neighborhood that I wouldn't take a fucking bullet for because they're my neighbors and they're human beings and they have, and I know where I'm going to go. You know? I wouldn't even have to think about it. Like if somebody was up to ever bring harm to one of these fucking children next door to me here, they better fucking come hard. And that's not the posture, that's not the peacock, but that's just to let you know that, you know, to be a decent human being is a gift in and of itself. You don't need to know people to love somebody. You know, when you hold the door open for somebody, you know, behind you in line, that's an act of love. When you see somebody in line that's got one item and the line's like 10 people long and you let them go in front, that is an act of love. You know, when you hear somebody sneeze in public, whether you know them or not, and you say, bless you, that is an act of love. You know? Hate and malice take an incredible amount of effort. You have to try to hate somebody or to dislike somebody. Love comes naturally. We are naturally predisposed to love. It is in our DNA. The human genome has been cracked. And they found out that, yes, there is a love gene. And we have that. So, to wrap it up, here on our nation's birthday, first and foremost, love yourself just a little bit, you know. My name's Timtim. This is George. Kitty is somewhere in here. And if the three of us can love you, and we don't even know you, you sure as fuck can love yourself just a little bit. Whatever you're going through. If, no matter if somebody's told you you suck or you ain't worth the shit or whatnot, don't listen to that shit. You listen to me. You listen to your brother Timtim right now. You are worthy to be loved. You are enough. And why? Because you're just you're a fellow fucking human being. You know? There's no test. There's no hoops you have to fucking jump through. There's no bullshit that you have to accomplish to be able to be loved. And if somebody has told you otherwise, they're feeding you a line of shit. You know? My name is Timtim. I am your brother. So says Dad, a.k.a. God, or whatever the fuck you want to believe in. And if you've ever felt alone or unloved in this world, as long as I draw breath, no matter where I am, you will always have one human being in this world that fucking loves you just because you are you. And we are all fucking worthy to be loved. And if anybody ever tells you different, be nice. Until it's time to not be nice. Then you knock their fucking face in. But be nice at least 3 times. If somebody pushes your button 3 times, and you're nice 3 times, and they won't let you be nice a 4th time, well, do what you gotta do. But I love you simply because you are my fellow human being. You are either my brother or my sister. And as your brother, I love you because you are worthy to be loved. I don't have to know you to love you. Am I in love with you? No. Because that'd be fucking weird. You know? But love each other. First and foremost, if you're having trouble loving yourself, let me be the first to tell you, you are worthy of being loved. There is nothing wrong with you. You are a creation of God Almighty, or what I call God, or whatever you want to believe in. And if the creator of the entire fucking universe loves you enough to give you life and give you whatever you may have, then how the fuck can you not love yourself just a little bit? Don't you think you're worthy of loving yourself just a little bit? If me, a complete stranger, which it's weird for me to be able to say that because I've never met a stranger. Honestly, I swear to fucking Christ, hand to fucking God. I have never met a stranger. I have friends and family that I have not met. You know? I treat everybody with respect and at face value. You know? How I treat you is conducive to your fucking attitude towards me. You know? If you treat me with respect and love and kindness, I'm going to give that back tenfold. I'm automatically going to give that to you anyway because that's just how I'm wired. You know? Just like animals and stuff. But, you know, come up, you fuck with my dog, you threaten my dog, my cat or something. Yeah. Well, You already know. As righteous as I am, in certain aspects, I'm twice as fucking evil. I'm a Gemini. And I'm also bipolar. Don't fuck around, because you will find out. But, and that's not, peacocking or anything else, but that's just keeping it real. It's, as human beings, first and foremost, love each other. Look out for each other. Where have we gone so wrong, especially on the 250th anniversary of America? Hold on, I gotta sit down for a minute. On the 250th anniversary of America, where has humanity gone so wrong that we forgot how to love each other? I specifically remember, I was born in 1974. I remember, and there's some of my favorite memories of the entire community taking care of each other. Hey, let me borrow a cup of sugar. Oh, hey, go down here and ask them for a cup of milk or something. Today, I don't even know if that still happens. Like my neighbor's right here next to me. I don't know if I could go over there and knock on their door and ask for a cup of sugar. Those days, they're few and far between. And some places that still exists. Like around here, that may still exist. As I was telling you before, I don't lock my car. I don't lock my camper. During the day, I usually don't lock my door. I lock my outside door because my dog figured out how to let himself out. It's like, fuck, hey, you want to go chase his ass around? Have at it. But in closing, here on the nation's birthday, if I could ask one thing of each and every one of you, is just, first, love yourself. Just a little bit. Whatever you're going through, whatever you're dealing with, I promise you, it's only temporary. It really is. Think about it. Life is temporary. You're gonna fucking die. Newsflash, hate to burst your fucking bubble. You are mortal. You're gonna fucking die. We're all gonna die. We're all dying at different rates. Okay? There you have it. But before we do that, we can love. We can have some happiness. We can be our brother and sister's keepers. We can look out for each other. We can break bread with each other. We can sit down and talk to each other and form relationships with each other if we choose. Don't let all this bullshit and social media and everything that you get overrun with control what you feel is right. I don't have any biological siblings. I don't have any biological children. Yes, I've raised 3 kids. I raised 3 boys, 2 of which are my boys. My middle boy is now my middle daughter. Man, she transitioned 3 years ago, and I love her dearly. But it's on all of us to raise each other. We're all human beings. We're all our brothers and sisters' keepers. And if we can learn how to come together with love and decency and treat each other with a little bit of respect without expecting anything in return, do you understand what an awesome fucking world it would be? Of course, if the world legalized weed and everybody smoked weed, well, there'd definitely be no wars. I'm just saying. But I'm going to cut it off here. Hey, George. Oh, he's my baby boy. My name is Timtim. This is George. If you've seen my videos before, you know George. George loves you too. And if George, Kitty, and I can love you without knowing you personally yet, you can love yourself at least just a little bit, okay? Just start with that. Just love one, find one thing that you can love about yourself and focus on that. Because once you focus on that one thing and you're comfortable with loving that one thing, then eventually you will love the whole package. And again, if the three of us degenerates freaking and sometimes retards, and I'm allowed to say that because I'm fucking autistic, okay? But if us three fucking retards can love you sometime, you can sure as hell love yourself just a little bit, And what I choose to call God, my dad, he loves you too. And as I've said earlier, whatever you have gone through in your life, think of the worst thing you've ever gone through. You didn't get yourself through that by yourself. We are not that strong. I don't give a fuck what you can bench press, how far you can fucking shoot, how many rounds you can put through the fucking center of a lifesaver, how many people you fucking beat up, how much fucking ass you've kicked, how many times you've been fucking knocked down and got back up. I don't give a fuck about that. You ain't that fucking tough. None of us are tough enough to bring ourselves out of the worst fucking shit imaginable by ourselves. And if you think that, you really need to check yourself. There's something other than you and other than me that is watching out for our ass. You don't even have to put a name on it. Okay? Until next time, my name is Timtim. And if you ever feel alone or unloved in this world, just know that as long as I draw breath, as long as this dog, where is he at? Draws breath. As long as that cat, somewhere in this house, draws breath, you will always have one human being and two beautiful animals that love you just because you're you. Just because you're a fellow human being. And we're all worthy of being loved. And what I promise you, look me in the eye when I tell you, I promise you, whatever you are going through, it is only temporary. Life is temporary. You're gonna fucking die. Hate to burst your bubble. You're gonna die. Life is temporary. Live it to the best of your ability. Don't let life live you. Okay? Love the little things. Pay attention to the little things, the simple things. Okay? I'm your brother Timtim. And if you ever feel alone or unloved in this world, you'll always have one person, as long as I draw a breath, that loves you just because you're you. Keep on keeping on. George, Kitty, and I, we love you. Happy birthday, America. And I hope you're having a happy and safe 4th of July. We love you.